What's up, guys, and welcome to the Terrace of Endless Spring LFR guide. I'm going to do each fight in about 3 minutes, so I want to take you through it, but real quick, an overview of it. Blizzard did an amazing job with this one, guys. The LFR on this one is really good. It's not overly complicated. It's so much fun. It really gives you an idea of how the fights are on regular and heroic modes. It's a great intro to all the fights. You can see why so many people are clamoring over this raid instance and why so many people have applauded Blizzard for this raid instance, as it's probably one of the most fun raid instances overall that I've played. Let's get right into it, though. I don't want to get too fanboy on it. The first fight, you have 3 guys, okay? You can kill them in any order pretty much in LFR. In normal mode, there is an order. However, the way that we chose to do it was we killed the Protector, then we killed Elder Rags, then we killed Elder Ags, or whatever guy starts with an A last. The biggest thing that you need to worry about is that these are not cleave bosses, okay? They share health pool, or they don't share health pool, and they also will reset once the one is killed. So once you kill one, then all the other two's health will reset. They will also gain another ability. As you can see here, we just got the first guy down, and what's going to happen next is, like, the ability that he gains, you pretty much either just don't want to be standing in the middle circle or in the outer circle. You can stand in one or the other and get hit, just don't get hit by both. So if you see right there, see what I'm saying? Like, people either stood in or stood out. Like, it's really easier just to literally just stack up in the middle. It makes healing a lot easier. Everybody will take a little bit of damage. It's not a big deal. By the time, you should only get through maybe 3 or 4 of those, and so you have a raid cooldown for everyone, and you're good to go. That's pretty much the whole fight. As you can see, like, they do gain different abilities. However, in LFR mode, it doesn't really matter. We didn't really do anything. Again, literally when the servers came up, guys, me and one other guy got in there, and we one-shot this boss. We one-shot Sha, which we were kind of amazed by, and then we 2-shot the other 2. And it was pretty much a good pug of LFR. Like, there was, I think, 4 or 5 guys from one guild, and maybe 3 or 4 from another, and then the 2 of us. But for the most part, it was pretty spread out. It was a pretty decent LFR. So for us to be able to go in here and do this shows that it is very possible. If you use the coordination tactics of just explaining what's going on, you'll be fine. That's really the easiest way to do it. So you just burn one down, burn the second one down, pop hero, burn the third one down. The reason you pop hero on the third one is obviously he's got the most abilities and does the most damage at that point. So it makes more sense to try to get through that phase as quick as possible, especially in LFR or even normal mode. It doesn't really matter. It's the same strategy. But again, guys, this fight, a really nice introductory fight. I think a lot of guilds will be able to go in and take that fight down. Sulong is your next kind of gear check, okay? This fight is amazing. On normal mode, I had so much fun in this fight. It is probably one of my favorite fights I've ever had in Blizzard. This and the Lishi fight are just amazing. What you do in this fight is the boss has 2 phases, okay? He'll start out in the night phase. That's what we see right now, where he's blue and everything's kind of darker blue. You'll get a stacking debuff on you. All you have to do to get rid of the stacking debuff is go through the light circle. It will clear your stacks. In LFR, you can let your stacks get a little bit higher. However, it's not really necessary. If you reset them at about 15 or 20 in LFR, you're okay. You should be fine. Not a big deal. The only other thing you need to worry about is you're running through the thing. Don't stand in the light, because if the purple pools spawn underneath the light, then anyone who walks through the light takes a ton of damage. It's kind of counterproductive. So you're going through the light, and then you're spreading back out. Range should be kind of spread out around the back of the room. However, the debuff doesn't really hurt, so you could technically kind of stay looser spread on the side where the light thing is, so that you don't get hurt. In the light phase, it's a healing battle. It turns from a DPS battle to a healing battle, and it goes back and forth, which is why I love this fight. It gives everybody a chance to shine. It gives healers a chance to shine and DPS a chance to shine. Tanks have had their chance to shine. This is their time now. As soon as he hits a certain timer, he will then switch to the day phase. DPS's job is to kill the ads. Tanks tank the big ad in front of the boss. Healers stack in front of the boss. The reason you want to stack in front of the boss during the day phase is because when he hits you with his breath, you get a huge bonus to your healing, and you're healing the boss. It will also wipe out all those little ads and finish off killing the big ad when he does his breath, and that will allow the ranged DPS to kill the ads outside, on the outside of the room. If those ads hit the boss, It's very bad. He will gain a lot of health, or he will lose a lot of health. It's not good. So make sure that your range DPS is spread out around the room. They can be CC'd, so keep that in mind. They can be slowed, they can be trapped, they can be pretty much anything. There's really nothing that I saw that you couldn't do to them. The only other thing that you have to know in the day phase is healers must, and I cannot stress this enough, must dispel instantly. That is really their only thing. They're healing, and then as soon as they see the boss get that buff, you're dispelling. Because if any ticks of that terrorize buff that goes out, it will drop the boss's health pool, and then you'll go back into the DPS phase, and his health will pretty much be at full again, and you're going to be like, what? Like, we just DPS'd like 40% of his health. Where did it all go? Well, it's because the healers screwed up their half. That's why I love this fight. You can literally... It's a showcase for both healers and DPS. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. If you have good CC, this fight's for you. Anyway, guys, next fight, Lishi. Again, another great fight by Blizzard. An absolutely phenomenal fight by Blizzard. To go over the strategy real quick with you, obviously the tanks them facing away from the raid. Melee, do not stand directly under the boss, just stay behind him. Make sure that everybody's behind the boss. There's 3 different abilities that he can do, and he can do them in any random order. He can hide, which what this means is you AoE around the room until you find, like, you'll see damage on your screen. As soon as you see damage on your screen, you're yelling, okay, okay, east, west, north, south, you know, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 1 o'clock, whatever your strategy is, you know, yell that out so that everybody can go over and AoE him out to break him out of hiding. Once you break him out of hiding, he goes back in the middle, you DPS some more, he picks another phase. As you saw the wind phase, what happens with that is he'll push everybody back. If you let him push you back, you take insane damage. The easiest way that I saw to deal with this is kind of strafe back and forth towards the boss. You cannot stop moving in this phase, so if you have any movement abilities, or if you have any abilities in your talents or glyphs that make you be able to cast something on the move, that's where you use them, because you don't want to stand still. You literally can't stand still to cast. It will kill you. Don't do it. Other than that, though, guys, it's the only other thing that he does is he'll summon adds. You only need to burn one of them down. So just have whoever's your raid leader make sure that he's picking one ad, and everybody focuses that one ad down. Once that one ad is down, his shield will come off. The rest of the ads will die, and you burn them again. And it's just rinse and repeat the entire fight. The entire fight. And the only thing that you're really worrying about is, whether or not that's going to happen, is whether or not which one he's going to do. And that's the whole fight. But it's a lot of fun, because you never know what's coming next. You never know where he's going to be. Like, it's just a really good fight. I thought Blizzard did a phenomenal job with this fight. And the other thing I wanted to tell you guys is, just in general, when you're in here in LFR, the reason that this pug group was so successful, again, and I can't stress this enough, is don't assume that people know things. Some people have done this fight on normal. Some people have done this fight on heroic. Not very many, but some. What you need to understand is that if anyone has done this, or before you pull any fight, has anyone not done this? Does anyone not know what to do? Whether you send them to here, whether you just tell them the strategy and type it out real quick, whatever you got to do, just do it, because I promise you, there is one thing that every single person who jumps into an LFR has in common. They want the gear. That's the only reason they're there. They don't like you. They don't like me. They want the gear. That's it. So if you can say, this is the strategy, this kills the boss, I've seen it, I've watched it, I've done it, they will do it. Because they only want to be in there to get the boss, or to kill the loot, to kill the boss and get the loot, right? But anyway, guys, last fight, Sha of Anger. This fight on normal will make you cry and want to punch infants. Don't punch infants. I'm not condoning punching infants. They don't do that. However, this fight on LFR is super fun. Pretty much, he'll only put 2 ads. Now, they have the same deflection shield as the Courage guys from Will of the Emperor, if you remember that video, from Mogushan Vaults. So you have to be behind them. The trick is he does a breath. You need to make sure that if you watch this video closely, there's a ret paladin named Masseuse in this video. He failed at getting out of the breath almost every time, and he's done this fight on normal. He's actually completed the Terrace of Endless Spring on normal. And he couldn't stay out of the flame to save his life in this fight. It is pretty funny to watch, so I recommend, since I'm trolling him right now, and he probably, I don't know if he'll watch this, but give a shout out to Masseuse in the comments and say, nice noob, and you know, see how angry we can get him. But he literally was like, this is all you have to do is just stay out of the fire and blah blah blah. and that's all you have to do. So you kill the ads, you stay out of the breaths when they come. If you get pulled to the other platform, you pick up the orbs and you kill the bowman. I actually did not get chosen to do this, so I was literally just killing ads, coming back into the safe zone. That's the other thing for the tanks. Make sure that the tanks are right up on him so that he makes the safe zone, or else you have nowhere to hide you from the breath and you will die. That's key. However, if you do get picked to go to the platform, understand that while you're over there, pop your cooldowns. That's when you're popping your cooldowns. You want to get those orbs and get those bowmen down as quick as you can. You have to get the orbs first, though, because any orb that comes back to the bowman restores a lot of his health, and he has a lot of health. So you need to make sure that you're doing that. Once you get back out, you gain a huge damage buff, too. So, like, you want to get picked. You just want to make sure that you're getting picked and doing it right. If you're getting picked and doing it right, you're going to see yourself just soar on the meters. I mean, just go crazy on the meters. It's so cool. I didn't get picked, but whatever. Anyway, guys, that's the LFR guide. Hope you enjoyed it. I thought it was a really fun overall encounter. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.